whoever's in, appreciate you coming out. Appreciate you coming out. Click on this live, and we will get started in just a moment, man. In just a moment, so stick around. You don't want to miss this. Stick around. I got a good story for y'all today. So stick around. We're going to get started in a minute. Please share this live. Please share this live, y'all, and please like the video. Please like the video. A thumbs up, please. Share this live all over if you can. Let's get more viewers in here, y'all. I got a good story today. All right. So share this live. Stick around. We will be starting in a moment. Stick around. I am on my way. Just making a few more adjustments. Stick around, y'all. You don't want to miss this story. Share this live and please like the video. Man, appreciate y'all coming out to this live. All right, I have a good story for y'all today. I appreciate y'all coming to this live today, man. This it's gonna be a good story. It's gonna be a good story. I gotta make a few more adjustments, y'all. Hold on a second. So give me a moment. right. I know y'all been waiting a long time. Okay. Okay. Oh. Okay. All right. Here we go, y'all. I know it took a little while, but we are about to start. Excuse me for the so long taking. But we are about to start. Like I said, I know it took a long time. We're about to go ahead and get this thing moving. I know everybody is waiting to see what this one is about today. Okay. But first, my open. Now, I know y'all used to seeing me open in a different way, but because we're live, I'm going to open this way. Now, of course, my pre-recorded videos will probably have an open video. All right, so, and if you can hear me well, press 1. All right, so here's my open. All right, so when you have a problem, okay, when you have someone that has become an issue for you because you decide to mourn for someone, your loved one in your family, and they decide to attack you for it, all because of their different opinion on what they felt that you should have done, or how they felt you should have, handled it, and they step all over your face for it and all over your life for it. People like that you have to avoid. You shouldn't let people try to question you about how you mourn over the loss of loved ones. A loss of a loved one is a very heartfelt and a very painful situation. And it's really sad that we have people out here that will step all on your heart, all because of your situation not turning out in the way that they saw fit. So when you have someone that would step all over your heart, all over your situation and your livelihood, all because they think that you could have done better and handled things better, that way your loved ones wouldn't have lost their lives, that is a despicable person, and that person needs either a foot in their ass or they need some sort of religious God to get their ass together mentally. And this is no disrespect to anybody that may be doing this, but hey, what can I say? I take it back. This is disrespect for you motherfuckers, whoever you are. All right. So if you're doing that type of shit, and you're just slamming and punching all over people, all because of their situation, or because of what happened to the situation, in their situation, then you, my friend, are a very despicable individual. And that is my open. And hopefully y'all understood what I said. See you in a second. What's good, everybody, man? Welcome to Tony Real the God Chronicles, man. All right, back at you with another story, another personal analyzation, and another honest opinion, okay, and another review. We have a story here, excuse me, with this brother. Let me just go ahead and put this up here real quick. A Mr. Hassan Campbell. Now, I don't know this brother, with all due respect. Okay, I don't know this brother, but I have been following a lot of his work and a lot of his outbursts that he's had over the years and over time. I've never been one to want to, talk down or hurt people's feelings, anything like that. Uh, but he is having a issue with a former rapper, FBG Duck. Now, if you don't know who that is, FBG Duck pretty much was he was a 26-year-old rapper from Chicago, and he was an up-and-coming rap. He pretty much was an up-and-coming rap artist. You know what I'm saying? For songs like Slide and Exposing Me remix. You know what I'm saying? So, and he was also a member of the Flyboy Gang rap crew, and he was signed to Sony Records. Okay. And the woman that you see in the picture there, with her mouth wide open and eyes looking like that, that is his mother. Everybody calls her Mama Duck. Mama Duck. So yes, I wasn't able to find out her real name, but excuse me. But hopefully we'll come across her real name in this report, in this live. Now, Brother Hassan Campbell is a fellow YouTuber, and he's he has a lot of enemies. I mean, extremely lot of enemies. And it's very ridiculous that he has so many enemies. He's had issues with other YouTubers, like people on YouTube that I know about. People like Shaka Amos, Sarnetter, all those, a lot of those people, even with Captain Cesariak on YouTube as well. He's had so many beefs. But to tell you the truth, the brother really just speaks his mind on a lot of things and voices his opinions. And he gets attacked a lot for it, because sometimes Mr. Hassan Campbell can be very direct and a little too direct, a little too honest, to where it gets pretty offensive. Excuse me. But this woman that he's speaking about is basically, the FBG Duck's mother. He's pretty much calling her out on how she pretty much lost all 5 of her children, and all of them are deceased. FBG Duck, I guess, was the last child she had, and he was recently lost his life on the streets of Chicago. And he pretty much just let her have it online, and it got back to her, and she decided to fire back at his ass. And they have been going back and forth ever since. So Mama Duck pretty much wasn't having that shit. She not wanting to let his ass talk down on her and him get away with that shit. She wasn't gonna let that go down. But I do have some video. I'm pretty much just play the audio. That way y'all can just, go ahead and listen to the audio, because it's some of them, they're all YouTube videos, so I don't want to get no copyright, copyright crap. So I'll let y'all listen to the audio, and y'all let me know what y'all think on that. Please hold all phone calls. Do not call in yet until after the show. I will be opening up the lines for phone calls. Okay. All right, so let's get to the story at hand, shall we? Here we go. All right, so that's Mr. Hassan Campbell from YouTube right there. Now, the title of this story is pretty much FBG Duck's mom and Hassan Campbell go at it, but Wack 100 is the voice of reason. All right, Hassan Campbell and Mama Duck go at it, but can peace prevail under Wack 100? So Wack 100 he's a former artist, and he is also a producer. So this is the story right here. Now, you know, like I said, I have nothing but respect for this brother, but if he sees this video and he decides he wants to talk shit about me and go off on me, that's fine. I'll just fire the fuck back, because I'm just reporting the information, man, reporting public information. And, you know, you shouldn't make yourself, you know, look like a fool on YouTube or national television. But I'm just reporting this and pretty much going off of this public information. Now, I'm not saying that any of what I will read will be fact. You can do a fact check and check it out for yourself. But I will be going on doing this report, and I will be giving my personal analyzation and my opinion, or what I think about how this went down between this YouTuber Hassan Campbell and the former rapper, now deceased, FBG Duck's mom, Mama Duck. Okay, so here we go. So this is what it says here. It says here that I don't know how this got past me. This is what Mr. Wack 100 was speaking of, because the internet is going AWF. So Hassan did what he does, and he got on YouTube and lambasted FBG Duck's mom. He called her everything: a bad mom, a failure, a waste of flesh. There are so many things he said. Well, part of the reason why he went in so hard was because she made fun of him allegedly getting molested by Africa Bambaataa. And here are the videos. So Africa Bambaataa is pretty much a part of the HOK movement, where he was on YouTube, House of Consciousness, but he has his own little organization. And supposedly, allegedly, this man had molested Mr. Hassan Campbell at the age of 14. But then there were rumors going around saying that it was consensual between him and that man. But you know, I don't have the full story or the facts on that, so y'all probably could go on YouTube and look at Mr. Hassan Campbell's channel and probably find out more. So here we go on the rest of this. It says, and Mama Duck did what Mama Duck does. She is 47 years old, but I would imagine she is much older in her life experiences. Also, losing 5 kids is a hurt piece of her heart. But Mr. Campbell said, you're going to listen to this speech, and he made his points. Wow. Wack 100 has never been the type I would consider a thoughtful peacemaker, but this is exactly what happened. He got on the phone via Clubhouse and mediated peace between Hassan Campbell and Mama Duck. How did this happen? It says here, by the way, the FBI relies heavily on U.S. to solve murders and arrest people involved in high-profile murder.
Right? FBG Duck, mother, here's where you're supposed to take accountability. You had 10 kids in Chicago. You lost 5 of them. 10 kids in Chicago. You lost 5 of them. I was asked a question on Clubhouse, and yo, Haas, how would you feel? How do you feel? I would have animosity. I would have a problem with my baby mother losing my children to the streets. You have mothers in Chicago, right? You have mothers in Chicago that raise children in them same streets to be construction workers, to be doctors, lawyers, police officers. You have mothers in Chicago that raise productive kids. Every mother in Chicago didn't raise a gangbanger, right? My question is, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How do you lose 5 children? When does it get to the point, whether you lost all 5 to the street, because you lost half of them at least to the street, right? When it gets to the 5th kid, Duck, when you get That song cost him his life. Right? That song cost him his life. I don't think somewhere down the line that FBG Duck or his mother told him, because she got a lot to say on social media. You didn't tell your son when he made that song, dissing T-Roy, right? And all of the rest of them other dudes from O Block. You didn't warn your son to tell your son that Wack was the Grand Reaper, that he was going.
Hey, y'all let me know if did the audio cut out on the video. If it did, I apologize. I will rewind it back a little bit so that y'all can catch up where y'all left off at. But if the audio blanked out on y'all and y'all could hear him talking, let me know in the comment section.
Gonna be the angel of death that came to see him? You didn't warn your son, did you? You knew the boys from O Block wasn't playing. You didn't use your voice. You wasn't all over social media trying to slow your son down. No. Then I listened to you in an interview, right? Breaking down how the police actually let FBG Duck bleed out. They did. You all seen the video. You know why they let your son bleed out? With all due respect, man, because he was a part of the problem in the streets of Chicago. And the police of Chicago, not saying I feel this way, ma'am, but the police of Chicago felt that instead of helping him to get to that 3-minute hospital, they'd rather see him bleed out before he makes somebody else's child bleed out. Huh? This is what you raised. Let's talk about it, Mama Duck. Your son, FBG Duck, said in his song, Dead, B-I-T-C, he said in his song that ever since the age of 12, we've been demons. Hold up, wait. He said ever since the age of 12, he became a demon. I was raised by a praying mother who cast demons out. What kind of a mother raises a child at 12 years old? What kind of life did he see? What kind of world did you birth him into and did not protect him from, to the point to where that at 12, a child is still supposed to be protected from and shielded from their mother, right? Their mother. So what kind of world did you raise?
Again, if the audio cut out on y'all while y'all were watching him speak, listening to him speak, let me know in the comments section. Let me know if the audio cut out while y'all were listening to him speak. I will rewind it for you. Let me know in the comments section. Thank you.
Duck in that at 12 years old, he felt like he had to turn into a demon. Where is the accountability? At 12 years old, I wasn't thinking about being a demon. At 12 years old, I was still playing with G.I. Joes and Transformers. I was still watching cartoons. At 12 years old, you know the sad part about this? Mama Duck, let me talk to you with love, Mama Duck. You know what the sad part about this is, Mama Duck? Right now, FBG Duck is burning in the pits of hell. No, Hassan Campbell, you didn't say that. He's in hell. If you believe in heaven and hell, from the God, the creator that we all pray to, according to the Bible, according to the Quran, the scriptures, once you invoke Satan, that becomes your Lord and Savior. Satan doesn't save. He destroys. You don't see the streets of Chicago? There is no place for a demon in heaven. These are not my words. Your son claimed demon time. May he rest in peace. I wish and pray the best for Duck. But it's too late. You got all over social media and criticized me. You said some of the worst words that you could say about a person, about me. I didn't hear these same words coming out of your mouth.
So if y'all would like me to start the video over because it cut out, the audio cut out, I will. Let me know in the comment section, and I will start it over a little bit for y'all so that y'all can catch up. Let me know if y'all want me to start it over, if y'all missed some of the audio when he started talking. So let me know if you want me to start it over.
About Wack, let's talk about Wack, the dude that walked around Chicago making songs, laughing about smoking that pack of duck. He even put a picture of Donald Duck representing your son on his sneakers. And you use your voice to slander me? Because all I said was I would be mad and want to kill you if that was my son because you didn't protect these kids from the streets? It's called accountability. I wish you the best of luck, Mama Duck, but you still gotta be accountable for what goes on in the hood. You women are out there raising young men. At 12 years old, his life was so hard that he wanted to become a demon at 12. Who's accountable for that? I'm not one of those black brothers that's gonna be sitting up there saying, hey, let's just blame everything on the white man. No.
Okay, I see you in the comment section. I'll go back. I'll go back. There y'all go.
See, the problem in this world is people don't like to take accountability, right? Accountability, right? FBG Duck, mother, here's where you're supposed to take accountability. You had 10 kids in Chicago. You lost 5 of them. 10 kids in Chicago. You lost 5 of them. I was asked a question on Clubhouse. Hey, yo, Haas, how would you feel? How do you feel? I would have animosity. I would have a problem with my baby mother losing my children to the streets. You have mothers in Chicago, right? You have mothers in Chicago that raise children in them same streets to be construction workers, to be doctors, lawyers, police officers. You have mothers in Chicago that raise productive kids. Every mother in Chicago didn't raise a gangbanger, right? My question is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How do you lose 5 children? When does it get to the point whether you lost all 5 to the street? Because you lost half of them at least to the street, right? When it gets to the 5th kid, Duck, when you get to Duck, right? When does it kick in? When does that mother's intuition or that protector that comes with being a mother say, let me get my children, my kids out of these streets? When does that kick in? FBG Duck made a song called Dead, B-I-T-C, you know, right? Where he disrespected the dead. That song cost him his life. Right? That song cost him his life. I don't think somewhere down the line that FBG Duck or his mother told him, because she got a lot to say on social media. You didn't tell your son when he made that song, dissing T-Roy, right? And all of the rest of them other dudes from O Block. You didn't warn your son to tell your son that Wack was the Grand Reaper, that he was going to be the angel of death that came to see him. You didn't warn your son, did you? You knew the boys from O Block wasn't playing. You didn't use your voice. You wasn't all over social media trying to slow your son down. No. Then I listened to you in an interview, right? Breaking down how the police actually let FBG Duck bleed out. They did. We all seen the video. You know why they let your son bleed out? With all due respect, man, because he was a part of the problem in the streets of Chicago. And the police of Chicago, not saying I feel this way, ma'am, but the police of Chicago felt that instead of helping him to get to that 3-minute hospital, they'd rather see him bleed out before he makes somebody else's child bleed out. Huh? This is what you raised. Let's talk about it, Mama Duck. Your son, FBG Duck, said in his song, Dead, B-I-T-C, he said in his song that ever since this age of 12, we've been demons. Hold up, wait. He said ever since the age of 12, he became a demon. I was raised by a praying mother who cast demons out. What kind of a mother raises a child at 12 years old? What kind of life did he see? What kind of world did you birth him into and did not protect him from, to the point to where that at 12, a child is still supposed to be protected from and shielded from their mother, right? Their mother. So what kind of world did you raise Duck in that at 12 years old, he felt like he had to turn into a demon? Where is the accountability? At 12 years old, I wasn't thinking about being a demon. At 12 years old, I was still playing with G.I. Joes and Transformers. I was still watching cartoons. At 12 years old, you know the sad part about this, Mama Duck? Let me talk to you with love, Mama Duck. You know what the sad part about this is, Mama Duck? Right now, FBG Duck is burning in the pits of hell. No, Hassan Campbell, you didn't say that. He's in hell. If you believe in heaven and hell, from the God, the creator that we all pray to, according to the Bible, according to the Quran, the scriptures, once you invoke Satan, that becomes your Lord and Savior. Satan doesn't save. He destroys. You don't see the streets of Chicago? There is no place for a demon in heaven. These are not my words. Your son claimed demon time. May he rest in peace. I wish and pray the best for Duck. But it's too late. You got all over social media and criticized me. You said some of the worst words that you could say about a person, about me. I didn't hear these same words coming out of your mouth about Muwap. Let's talk about Muwap, the dude that walked around Chicago making songs, laughing about smoking that pack of Duck. He even put a picture of Donald Duck representing your son on his sneakers. And you use your voice to slander me? Because all I said was I would be mad and want to kill you if that was my son, because you didn't protect these kids from the streets. It's called accountability. I wish you the best of luck, Mama Duck, but you still got to be accountable for what goes on in the hood. You women are out there raising young men. At 12 years old, his life was so hard that he wanted to become a demon at 12. Who's accountable for that? I'm not one of those black brothers that's going to be sitting up there saying, hey, let's just blame everything on the white man. No! His mother birthed him in a world of hell. And she spit out 10 children that she couldn't take care of. She couldn't pay attention to all 10 of those children. She spent most of her time in the face of a man. You spent most of your time in the face of a man. This is how you kept having babies. The problem is somewhere down the line, these men wasn't being fathers in these children's life. That's obviously because they couldn't balance out the pain from keeping young Duck from turning into a demon. FBG Duck, how I came across him is because he made one of the most disrespectful songs I ever heard in my life. Dead B, ITCH. This is the song that he made, where he laughed and bragged about the death of T-Roy and others. Where was your voice at to teach him as a young soldier, this is not what we do? We don't disrespect the dead, we let them rest in peace. There is a curse that comes from drill music, and it started in Chicago. And now that cancer has spread to New York City, to the streets of Brooklyn and the Bronx, because of parents like you not taking accountability and being responsible for your children. Now you capitalizing all over social media off of your son's death. You have more words to say about me and then what you had to say about those dudes that made songs and post bragging about your son. Dirk made a song talking about Duck didn't duck. These other dudes laughing saying he couldn't get up. And you mad at me because I'm the one that hits you the hardest, because when you look in the mirror, every time you look in the mirror, you got to realize and take responsibility that you raised them in hell. And you never took the time out to say, let me save my children from the pits of fire. These cats even got you all allegedly, I got to say allegedly, but I seen it, man. Got you posted all over the internet. How would I feel as a father when I see my son have to look at his mother with his mom's posted all over the internet with the ops posting them? You played a part in this lifestyle. Well, you know better, you do better. Once you lose one child, two child, three child, like wow. Your animal instinct didn't kick in, survival mode didn't kick in for you to get your kids out of that hellfire? I guess not, because at the age of 12 it was too late. There was no turning back from Duck. He already transformed into a demon. And his own mother's love wasn't enough to change him into an angel. It is what it is, man. That's my take. I say this for love. In the hood, we got to start taking accountability for the children that we raise. Mama Duck, you didn't take accountability, and you didn't play your cards right. And because you didn't play your cards right, the love that a mother uses to turn a child into an angel, you lacked. He turned into a demon. Instead of being a child of God, he became a child of Satan. Welcome to the hellfire. It is what it is. That's my take. And for all of you cats out there running your mouth, may FBG Duck rest in peace. Y'all left Muwap out there for a whole year before the feds came and got him. I don't want to hear nothing. Ain't nothing sweet over here. You heard? It is what it is, man. Accountability, that's what it's called. At some point in time, the community has to take accountability. Mothers and fathers have to take accountability. I don't know what FBG Duck's father was, but I was asked a question. If I was his father, that was the answer. No disrespect intended for FBG Duck mother. I don't have to do that. Because the truth gonna whoop her ass every time she look in the mirror. You running around and you worried about his music. His music is what got his TV turned off. Those lyrics is what got his snot box rocked. Hit him in the head, they hit him everywhere. How you said on the news? He was so hated by the police. When they was doing the report, somebody started clapping when they said he died. You raised a monster on demon time. He got slain and sent to the pits of hell to see his daddy Satan. You know, the one he pledged allegiance to at 12? Oh, he didn't really mean it like that. It just sounds cute on record. It don't work like that, baby. But I know the truth hurts more than your slander. It is what it is. I say this with love. Hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button. Don't make me do it. It ain't nothing for me to really sit back and really do some lives and actually really point out all the mess in Chicago. The mess in the streets of Chicago. Your son played a big part in that. May he rest in peace. My prayers go out to Duck, man. I pray that the Most High forgive him for his sins. I pray that he make it into the pearly gates. But see, the thing about death is that when it comes, it's too late. There's no chance to repent. And every time his music is played, where he's disrespecting the dead, every time he get a click or play on that music, Mama Duck, let me tell you something. The music that you're trying to put out, every time that music is played, it accumulates a sin while he's in the grave. See, it's like planting a seed that never stops growing. Every time that music is played and it corrupts the mind of a child, every time T-Roy, Mother, and all of the rest of those ops listen to that song and have to hear that, it is a sin on the back of his. He's earning evil even in the grave through his music. But I bet nobody else ain't put it to you like this. You never thought about that, right? Right. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button. When I was growing up, we called ourselves gods. Even though I never thought I was God, just God-like. You know how they said in his image? We never claimed demon time. Your son claimed it at 12. Hold that thought.
Alright, y'all. Now, as you can see, this brother has clearly just let this woman have it. I mean, pretty much just, a little corrective criticism, a little constructive directness, you know what I'm saying, which is okay in so many ways, but at this point in time, sometimes you just got to be more respectful, man. Yes, she lost 5 children. Yes, she did that. Yes, that happened. Yes, I do agree that she should have been more protective of her children, how they were living their lives. Yes, I do agree with that, brother. But what I don't agree with is the slander, is the things that you say about her as if she's this horrible fucking person. Like, who does this guy think he is? You just can't talk down on somebody all because you blame them for their children's death. We don't know what our children are going to be when they grow up. You never know who you're raising. We don't know exactly. Hold on before we get to the next video, y'all. And I just gotta say this. We don't know exactly how our children are going to turn out as they grow and get older. Who's to say that her children weren't rebellious against her, brother? Who's to say that she did not try to help them change or make them change? Who's to say she didn't take every measure as a mother, as a loving mother, to help her children out of their situations or out of the streets? Who's to say she didn't try? You're saying she didn't try. How do you know that? You don't fucking know the woman, brother. We as people can say anything we want to say about people until we are held accountable for the things that we say. And then we want to back off, or we just keep fighting because we feel that we're right, all because of our voice of opinion. That's not how it goes. Now, this brother has been feuding with people all over YouTube as long as I can remember. He's always stated his opinion, his honest opinion. He's always gave his analogy. He's always given his personalization of what he thought about whatever was going on, active-wise, with people in the communities and all these other places and resources that he has gotten word of some sort of incident where he may have disagreed upon it. He's always done that. But it caused him to gain more enemies than friends. And it's not like he gives a fuck because he still do it. But he can't just sit here and throw her under the bus as if she is held responsible for all 5 of her children's deaths. It's not like she could have stopped it. She didn't know her son was gonna fucking die. She didn't know any of her children were going to die. But for you to come on here and say these terrible things about this woman, all because you hold her accountable for her children's death, not considering the fact that she may have tried to save her children, you are a piece of shit, and you're full of shit, brother. And if you happen to see this video, Hassan Campbell, that's fine with me, brother. Say what you want, because I'm gonna fire back just as much as you fire back on everybody else, because I don't think that you should have come on here and just blasted the hell out of her. Like I said, brother, I agree with you to a certain extent as her being a loving mother and responsible for her children. I get that. But her kids were grown. They were adults. They made their choices. That's nothing we can do about that. There is nothing we can do about that. But you can't come online, come on YouTube, and blast people all because you felt that they were being irresponsible. You are no one's father, and you are no one's authority or no one's commander or chief or any of that shit, brother. So I think you need to check yourself. And you say it with love, kind of contradictory to what the hell you were saying if you were saying it with love. Sound like you were saying it with tough love and more aggression. But I get it. Once again, I completely get it. She was responsible for her children, but that does not mean she was responsible for how their lives ended. They were adults. They made their own choices on how they wanted to live and what they were doing out there in the street. We can't sit here like that's like if my mother's children, all of us, we lost our lives in the street, or maybe we died from some sort of natural cause or health problem. She's not here responsible for that shit. A parent can only do what they know how to do, brother. A parent can only protect as much as their strength will carry them. A parent can only do what they can do for their children, but they cannot just circulate and control every aspect of their lives, not letting them sprout out and find their own journeys and go on their own adventures. This young man made a choice, FBG Duck. He made a choice and he paid for it. The other children made a choice and they paid for it. Why does she have to pay for her children's death? I know women and men that have lost all their fucking kids. Do I blame them for it? No. So I'm gonna say again, I agree to a certain extent, but I don't agree with the goddamn blasphemy. I don't agree with the insults. I don't agree with saying, "Oh, if that was my baby mama, I'd want to get out of jail and kill her." For what? What's it gonna do? What's it gonna resolve? Is it gonna bring her the fuck back? Is it gonna do that, sir? Because if it was gonna bring her back, I would surely blame her then if it was gonna bring him back. But what's that going to solve? Saying shit like that. She's a fucking failure. Horrible mother. Well, I'll say this here. If that's how a lot of guys like him feel when it comes to these women losing their kids, or when it comes to men losing their children, and he feels like people should be held responsible for their children's deaths, then hey, have at it, brother. But I will not be somebody that will hold my mother accountable for my sister or my brother's death, knowing that she could not stop that. She could only do what she could to help them. It wasn't like she could have just put her damn arms around her damn kids and they didn't die. That's impossible. She's not a god. She's a fucking person. She's flesh and blood. She's not a witch or a sorceress. I mean, even if she was, it's not like she could prevent the inevitable, man. They chose their fate. And look what happened. So, So people, I say this here. If we are going to be held accountable for something, let it be something reasonable and something that really fucking matters. Let's be held accountable for not paying our rent or our mortgage. Let's be held accountable for playing around with a gun and the gun went off and shot one of our kids or shot one of our friends or family members. Let's be held accountable for that, for not being careful, for not taking the correct action to protect our loved ones. Let's be held accountable for those things. For reasonable, honest things, mistakes. But this happened off of her watch. Okay? So, brother, I'm going to need you to calm down because this happened off her watch. She could not be at one place at one goddamn time. She's only one woman. So, like I said, I agree with Mr. Hassan Campbell to a certain extent. I agree that, on what he said that she should be, she should be held accountable. I'm sorry. She should be held accountable on the fact of trying to muscle up and get them out of the hood, out of the bad, streets. Because when one child dies, that should really give you a ringer. That means, okay, it's time for me to do something else. I need to get my kids out of here because it's just too rough out here. It's too bad. It's too dangerous. I'm not trying to lose all my babies. So I agree with him on that. I will hold her accountable for that, for not taking action when she started losing her children. Even when she started back losing the first child, she should have been her ass on her P's and Q's and got her babies up out of that, that life. Got her babies up out of that hood, out of that area, out of that environment. I do agree with him on that. But I don't agree with the slander and the insults and the calling her a failure and a horrible person and holding her accountable for deaths that she could not control. I do not agree with that. So, brother, you need to get a grip on your goddamn self and check yourself. Now, I got a lot of respect for this brother and what he does, as far as his platform and on YouTube and all that. But with all due respect, brother, chill the fuck out with that shit. Because that was just disrespectful. How's all that love and you just disrespected this woman as if she was just a foul piece of human shit? Now, see, you can correct somebody. You can tell somebody that they should be held accountable about something, but you still gotta have respect with it at the same time, brother. So, let's go ahead and get to the next video. It is what it is. But I think this brother needs to get a grip. Here we go. So the next one here is pretty much Mama Duck speaking on, what he said about her and all these things here and the insults. So she pretty much goes in on his ass too. So let's go ahead and take a look, take a listen. Let's go.
Well, Mama Duck, how you feel about, do you think it need to be more mothers like her to stand up and fight for justice for their kids?
Fight for justice? I think Mama Duck is a fucking failure. I think she's a failure. She got 5 kids that died in the street.
No.
Yeah, this is Hassan Campbell and Mama Duck. They own right now. Wack 100 brought them together pretty much to try to make peace between them. But let's go ahead and continue to listen and see how this goes.
Well, you gotta at least bring some grievance.
Listen. We don't ask questions and then tell a nigga he can't answer. The bottom line to that, if I was the father of those kids and I was in jail, the number one thing I would do was come home and kill that bitch for letting all of my kids die. You gonna tell me, and this is why I say this, right? You let all, but no. Because once I start losing, first of all, when I realized that I can't raise my kids in the fucking hood, that's why I moved out of Bronx River to Co-op City. Then Then after I left Co-op City, I would have got a co-op. I went into a house to calm shit down. Because you know why? I kept realizing that I can't keep going back to jail for murder. So now when your sons get murdered, right? You ain't gonna take your resources to get your kids the fuck out of the hood. No, instead, I'm sitting up there watching videos where FBG Duck mother laying up with his ops. And the nigga that she laying up with putting a picture up there and showing that he fucking up. Like, you know what? That's a mentality right there.
So fucking hear this shit that this man is saying. Okay. Now I remind you from the little part that I heard, he was saying that if he was my baby daddy and he was in jail, he would have got out and killed me for letting all 5 of his kids die. I'm convinced this man either he don't get no pussy, all that jewelry he wear be phony as fuck. Like, I don't even know him, but I'm just gonna clown him off the shit he just said in this motherfucking video. I was joking when he invented this motherfucker. Hassan Campbell, your mama should have swallowed your ass. She shouldn't even let that get to her heads or ovaries. She should have made that a straight up throat baby. That's what you should have been, a throat baby, G. Cause after hearing this, you are fucking ridiculous, G, as a man. You should be a fucking ashamed of yourself. 2014, I lost me injured in the fire. 2017, I lost Britt to the streets. 2020, I lost Duck to the streets. Those how I lost my 5 kids who had different fathers. 2 of them died to the streets. So to clear him up on that, get my dick out your mouth and do your research on me before you get your dumb ass on a national platform and brownie points on. Your ass is a clown. Y'all please tell Hassan Campbell next time he say something about me, put his fucking red nose on his face. Okay? Because he's a clown. You will smoke me because I only had 2 kids that died from the streets, and this man will get his ass. But now after he see this, like he did the first time, y'all know how he came at me the first time, right? When I did the press conference, right? He came at me super motherfucking hard. Then he rekindled this shit and apologized, right? So I'm convinced a motherfucker is paying him to troll me. To put this type of motherfucking me. To put this type of motherfucking content out there about me. He don't even phone me. For one, sleep with his ops. What op is I slept with? You listening to that slow ass motherfucker who call himself exposing me. And you listening to him because I text him? Cause we were texting. If you say anything, say, I text his ops, not slept with him. You gotta know somebody physically and touch him and be there with him to sleep to even know him. So we're not even gonna talk about that. This man is fucking sick. He's sick. He have an issue. And I wish, is it any way somebody can tag him and make this fucking narcissistic ass.
Yo, it's Big Ant, man. Back, another edition of Urban Politicians TV, UPTV. Make sure you stay on your pivot at all times, man. Had to come tap in real quick on FBG Duck. T-Lady responded to Hassan Campbell, disrespecting her from what I understand on a Clubhouse call. He was speaking to the group, and I think I heard Death of the Clout Chaser on there too in the beginning. But he was saying that, you know, if those was his kids that died, she lost 5 kids to the streets, that he would kill her. Now I want to be clear, he said if he didn't put a threat out there,
like he's going to. Then he also said that she was a failure and that she was fucking on his ops. She came back and responded, said none of these things are true. She broke down how all 5 of her deceased kids passed away, said that only 2 were lost in the streets, and 1 kid is too many just to lose, but she just said for clarification that 2 kids she lost in the streets, her son named Brick and Duck last year. And to be clear, these kids were grown. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't 15 or 14-year-olds or anything like that, man. Her kids was grown when they died. Now, nobody wants to lose a kid, period, bro. I don't have kids, but I can imagine the pain and the feeling just of losing a real close family member, bro. That's a tough situation to go through and everything of that nature. So, you know, I know what it's like to lose somebody close to you. And I can only imagine what it's like to lose a kid. So, you know, we got to be more respectful, bro. I feel like Hassan Campbell, you went too far with it, bro. I understand Hassan Campbell is passionate about what he does as far as a content creator and everything, but you got to keep that shit a little respectful, bro. We talk about life or death and everything, bro. This is still a grieving mother. We all got T-ladies. We all got mothers. You know what I'm saying? She hasn't done anything to you personally, so I don't know why you got to get, or anybody has to get so deeply involved if she hasn't done anything to you personally, or somebody that's close to her haven't done anything to you personally. It's like, why even attack her in that manner? And the street shit that goes on with this shit, bro, I don't got nothing to do with none of that. I don't even cover that shit unless it's like real public information and put out there news of what's going on with shit through documentation with the actual news type shit. I don't want to get into details of what's going on in the streets. That's none of my business. The streets gonna do what the streets gonna do. They never gonna play fair. That's just the way the game go. But I just feel like we gotta be more respectful as people with platforms, man, whoever, how we put shit out there, how we speak on content. And bro, don't nobody want to go down and be that nigga who just saying reckless shit, man. We gotta be more clear about that. Disrespecting niggas, T-ladies, and people, or women just in general, bro, grown women who and it's false, basically, bro. You can't put false information out there. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. Subscribe to the channel, Urban Politician TV. Tell me what y'all think about this shit. Got more videos coming, more everything, man. 1,000. Stay on your pivot for shit show. Subscribe to the channel.
All right, y'all. So as you can see, you know, this brother had to pretty much, you know, put this, you know, let this brother know exactly, you know what I'm saying, same as I did. You know, at some point you do gotta have respect and keep it respectful, keep it player. You just can't deliver a message but then insult at the same time. If you trying to make a point, make your point, but don't be disrespectful at the same fucking time. You know what I'm saying? How you gonna make a point, holler by this out of love, but you disrespecting though? Like you not giving a fuck how you speak about this woman. You're not giving a damn. You know, you may be passionate about what you do, but you're a fool at the same time, brother, about what you do. You shouldn't be so foolish toward people, you know what I'm saying, with people's situation, all because you think that she's responsible for her kid's death. She should be held accountable for it. She shouldn't be held accountable for something that she couldn't control. Her kids were adults. They made their own choices, brother. So y'all, man, if y'all ever get in a situation like this, man, you know, don't let this type of shit happen to you. Don't let somebody hold you accountable for something that you cannot control. And that's just simple facts. I ain't got nothing but love and respect for this brother Hassan Campbell. But brother, that was just disrespectful and silly and arrogant and aggressive as hell as it could be. Like seriously targeted this woman and just destroyed her goddamn, you know, fucking livelihood over something she couldn't control. She wasn't responsible for that shit, man. She wasn't responsible for it at all. And for this brother, Mr. Campbell, to even just disgustingly say these things, He should be held accountable for the words that he spoke about her. Yes, he should be held accountable for that, and he should apologize. Be a man and apologize, brother. I got respect for your platform. I respect what you do. I got respect for you too, brother, but you need to apologize, brother, to this woman. How was she responsible for her adult children's deaths? What's the real story behind their deaths? I mean, let's really get in depth with it. We can't speak on shit we really don't have facts on. And that's exactly what it sounded like that this brother, Mr. Campbell, did. He went off probably whatever he heard or whatever he read, but he didn't get the facts. And his voice of opinion was pretty much just, demoralizing, demonizing, saying horrifying, horrific. His state of opinion was just completely just silly, just foolish, redundant, sick, pathetic, and fucking disrespectful in each goddamn direction it can be. Now, I don't put that on anybody. Like, if your kids die, I'm not gonna blame you for it because you weren't responsible for it. Now, I can see if they were in her care and they were underage children, then yes, she would be responsible for that. But these children were grown and out and about on their own, made their own choices, and shit happened and they lost their lives. She only lost 2 children to the street, not all 5. Just like the woman said. So, brother, you got to get your facts straight. So, so y'all just be careful on what you accept when it comes to your children's lives. You don't have to accept every goddamn thing the way, when it comes to your kids. You don't have to accept the way they live, but you should still love them because those are your children. And if you feel that your children are doing something that could possibly get them hurt, then yes, as a mother and as a father, yes, talk to your children. Get it into their minds to try to get them to change their minds about what they're doing out here in the street before they get hurt or lose their lives. And if they don't listen, you can't force them to. They grown. One thing I've learned is children are gonna do what they want to do as an adult. Regardless how much fight and love their mother or father has for them, they're still going to make their own decisions as adults out there in the world, and there is nothing we can do about that. We can't hold ourselves accountable for our child being locked up in jail, or or them out there killing somebody and getting locked up, or them being killed. We can't hold ourselves accountable for that because we had, we had no power over that. We didn't know what they were doing. All because of the decisions that our children make does not mean that we should be held accountable for how they live and what they do. So yeah, we got to show respect at the end of the day for this woman, for the loss of her children, because she is still a mourning mother, a grieving mother. Let's keep the respect, people. Mr. Campbell, keep the respect, brother. Apologize to this woman. So this is the next video. So I guess Wack 100, it says that he's gonna try to settle the argument. So let's see how this goes, y'all. Let's go.
On Teen Smooth, my man Teen Smooth video. Kids, I want to be on Teen Smooth shit tomorrow. What are you rapping about? All them kids used to be in my idea depressed.
Trying to get it from the beginning.
He did it before, okay?
Now I might get a copyright for that little tune y'all heard playing, so I might have to buzz that shit out, but here we go. Trim it out, but here we go.
When I did the press conference downtown, okay. He came at me before. Oh, she know what type. She knew her son was out there, a killer. She knew. A motherfucker can't tell me shit about my kids. All them kids used to be in my motherfucking house. So I know exactly what my kids, was doing. I don't give a fuck what he rapped about. Okay? He was nothing like the way he got killed. Motherfuckers feared my son so bad they had to kill him.
Now watch this. Look, Mama Duck. You know, from these streets, right? When somebody fear an individual on some street shit, it's because it's probably some acts or some things that man went on his side to where he was the victim. You know what I'm saying? Where he was the winner, right?
All that.
So I don't know how old you are.
I'm 47.
Okay,
I'm 47.
So we from the same era, so I can give it to you, right? You know, we reap what we sow. You live by it. It's a good chance you're gonna die by it, right? Whether it's yours, whether it's mine.
You saying that? So the 7-year-old girl who got shot up in the car because of welfare, she didn't live by no. She died bad.
No, listen. What I'm telling you is, right? A lot of the shit we do is ignorance, and a lot of us figure out sometime in our life if we live long enough or live through it to stop doing it, right? But what I'm saying to you, right? Because my mother was like you at one time. I got one that's gone, right? And you know, at the end of the day, we tend to champion or cheer, salute, or really have no feelings like when we hear, you know, such and such just got into it. What happened? If this, and what happened? Oh, that nigga, okay, well, my son cool, all right, well, okay, fuck that nigga, right? This really be our attitudes, right? And it's ignorance, because I've practiced it too, right? But it comes a time, just like, you know, sometime it ain't gonna go our way. And we not saying that we champion, because I don't think nobody in the room had anything personal against your son. I think they was probably slightly fans of him and his music and followed his rap career. But, you know, when it's keeping it real, the only thing I believe Hassan was saying is, hey, listen, if you live in that type of lifestyle, you know what I'm saying? It's a risk in that. And it may come a time or it may come a day to where it don't go your way, right?
Can I say living a lifestyle or keeping up with an image that people think about you?
Well, I mean, I'm just going on you saying that they feared your son, and I know what comes with that.
Of course, he's been blackballed since the beginning. He fully this way. We know how this shit goes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And I don't want you to take it like anybody saying we're
whatever. Look, see, one thing about me, I take corrective criticism, and if you right, you fucking right.
Okay.
Okay? If you right, you right. That young man didn't know me from a can of paint. Yes, I was wrong in engaging with him, knowing that him and my son had a verbal altercation.
Okay.
Okay? Me and my son talked about that shit. We cried about that shit. We got over it. It was moving on to the next.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So, when you sit up there and you try to do everything in your power, see, because the motherfuckers knew that Rap-A-Lot was going to get him. It was over with once Rap-A-Lot got him.
Mm-hmm.
It was over with.
Mm-hmm.
It was over with. There's nothing can stop him. Once he got with the right people, he was fucking up with some fucked up ass people who he trusted, and shit ain't go right. He learned his lesson in that. He was trying to change the narrative.
Gotcha.
He was trying to change it because what he thinking now, fuck all this beef shit. Let's put these talents together and get this money and show people how Chicago can get out. Because, like I say, Tuka never did nothing to no motherfucking body. He had a whole fucking weed strand in a dispensary. He was 15 years old. Never did nothing to nobody.
Well, Mama Duck, is it true to say that the fear that some man had of your son in the street came from him doing some things at one point in time in his life?
Let me tell you something. Okay, when I moved over there in 2000, we from the Ivy Wells, okay? Mm-hmm. 39th and Vincennes from Vincennes State. Look it up. I don't know if you heard about this in in 1994, the little boy Eric Morris was dropped from the building that I lived in. I got dumped on my hip. And I'm pregnant with another baby, okay? And I seen this baby lifeless body get put. I was around, okay? That's where I'm from.
Gotcha.
That era.
So you understand it then? You understand it?
So when we moved on 63rd, like Brick stayed on 39th. You know what I'm saying? Brick stayed on 39 with his homies. Duck was a loner. He never came outside. When he was a kid, he used to ride on the back of my granny's wheelchair. Like, he was homebound, right? I lost my son, Antonio. He was 13 or 14 years old. Okay? And I'm going to share this with you that I've never shared with nobody. Duck, like, my nephew accidentally rolled over. He was 12 at the time. Accidentally rolled over on my baby while they were asleep. Okay? And Duck, they found me in a fucking hotel. My baby was dead 4 fucking hours before I even knew. See, people don't know my life. I'm a recovering drug addict.
I hear it. I understand that. My father was one too, so I get it. My father was one too for like 25 years. So
I've been there. I've done that. I experienced all that, and God spared me. You know what I'm saying? I had 5 kids by the time I was 22 years old. I'm not blaming nobody for my motherfucking mistakes. Everything Doug did as an adult, he did as an adult. It had nothing to do with me, but don't think I wasn't in my son's ear about the music he drops. Mm-hmm. About a lot of that shit he rapped about, he got it from me. He a man before my mama said I'm a man before I'm anything. He listened to me. Okay? Daddy been locked up 27 years of his life. He was 17 years old.
Gotcha. So his father's incarcerated.
For his whole fucking life. Gotcha. And the man finally got freed. And a week after they killed my son, they freed his fucking father.
Mama Duck, and Wack. Gotcha. Give me 1 second. We want to reset the room. Everyone, welcome to Dummy Boy Nation. Hit the greenhouse at the top of the club. We have Mama Duck in the building. We have Wack 100. We've got Will. We got our Sleepless family in the house, and a few other friends. Hassan Campbell of the club.
Right on, Hassan Campbell. I do want this to happen, and let me have a quick conversation with my brother Hassan. Hassan, check us out, right? You by any means said nothing wrong. You addressed what you said was facts, and she, as a woman, right? She didn't have to, being in her current state situation she's dealing with. She admitted that she crossed the line with that, right? I feel like
then I text him. Don't get it twisted. That I text him. I never had sex with nobody.
Hold up. Hold on. Let them get the sentences out.
Hassan, listen. Right? She texted. She did engage in conversation. She's sending photos that she said, even though it wasn't her, that her and her son agreed she shouldn't have said. We know the rules to this shit, right? For whatever reason, as a woman, as an adult, she did that, right? And she copped to that, right? What I would say, Hassan, is like the shit you laid on the table was valid, but I would say man to man, right? As a parent yourself and a grandfather you say you are, I think maybe this probably should be the last time that you address it, because you addressed it, you put it out on the table, and she got other things that she got to deal with mentally with probably her grandchildren and just the demise of her son. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if you got it in your heart to maybe want to tell her, hey, listen, I want to address that. I said what I said. It's been spoke on. It don't need to be an argument, but maybe we could put some type of closure to that. If anything, just a respect to a mother, and we all got one. You know what I'm saying? That I don't know, Hassan. That's just me. I don't know. I'm gonna turn it over to you.
Can I say something?
Yeah, he's right. I'm gonna let y'all have that conversation. I don't think it could be a back
when
and forth.
He did the shit the first time when I did the press conference, right? He got on the internet and said some foul shit about me, not knowing me. Okay, I know that's his job. He chased it. That's how he get his check. But baby, get some facts. You can get more honey, you get more bees with honey than salt, baby. Okay? That's all I'm gonna say.
I think, Mama Duck, you gave us all the facts that we need to know.
This man got on y'all platform and said he would have whacked me if I let all 5 of his... Fuck him saying about me fucking that boy, because it never happened. the blankly disrespect that this man fucking mouth. If I was his baby mama and all 5 of his kids was dead when he got out of jail, he would have killed the bitch.
That's how the hood goes. You gotta understand that. That's how the hood goes.
Hang on.
Is this Hassan?
No, it's not her son. I'm just.
No, that's not her son. I don't know. Hey, listen, let's give our son.
That ain't how no hood I'm around, though. That ain't not no hood where I was brought up.
Like, everybody in the room, right? Listen, I know how we play this shit, but listen, everybody in the room, I want you to do one thing when you respond, right? I want you to picture that being your mother in that box.
Yeah,
right?
we're all cordial and respectful.
Yeah, and you not being here to defend it, right?
Nah, we're not here to defend it.
I'm just putting that out there, right?
No, we already have that.
Anybody that's gonna come in here disrespectful, you're going down respectfully.
Yeah.
So let her and Hassan
have a conversation.
moment. If that's what he want to do, I don't know.
Hello? Okay. I was on mute. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, let me say this, right? The conversation that we started yesterday is based off of me being the father of FBG Duck, right? My feelings. Everybody is entitled to their feelings. In my feelings, me seeing a situation based off of the internet, right? The internet is very, very messy. Very messy. It's disturbing. Everything that's involved around FBG Duck, even what the sister said tonight, is disturbing, right? Me coming as a father, as FBG Duck father, I didn't mean no disrespect to the sister when I said what I said, but at the same time, me being this child's father and seeing the way my child was raised, right? I said I would want to kill her. Of course I don't want nothing to happen to the sister. But at the same time, my emotions, my feelings as a father, seeing my child dead, this is how I would feel. I posted a video up already on this topic, talking about taking accountability, right? As parents, as people in the hood, as parents, when do you start taking accountability on how we raise our children, where we raise our children at? I just listened to the sister say how she was in a hotel and she didn't know her child was dead for 4 hours. Where is the accountability? You see what I'm saying? I'm not punishing the sister. I'm saying we have to learn from our mistakes. If you can't look yourself in the mirror and say, this is where I fucked up, you're going to continuously keep on fucking up. And this is why I'm saying this is where she ended up losing 5 children, because there was no accountability. I don't say that with hate, I say it with love. The problem is in the black community, once you tell somebody that they shit stink, they don't like you. I'm not trying to sugarcoat shit because there's too many deaths going on. When I listen to that song, Dead Bitch by FBG Duck, right? Me being a father, or me being somebody that just understands enough, Duck said in that song, by the age of 12, he knew he was a demon. At the age of 12, I was playing with G.I. Joes and Transformers. So me sitting back and being the father that I am, and wise enough to know, having the intellect to know, there's no way in hell that a child should be raised in a home at 12 years old where he feel like he's a demon. So that means from 1 year old, 2 years old, 3 years old, all the way up 10, 11, 12, he done went through the worst shit that you could ever go through in the home of a black woman. No disrespect to the sister. In a community of black people, being raised by a black woman without a father who was locked up for 27 years. And meanwhile, me being in the hood, and this is why I keep dissing the gang members and the drug dealers, somebody was selling this sister crack. So mentally, she couldn't even be the mother that she was supposed to. I grew up with a praying mother that made some of the same mistakes. But she raised me to be a prayer warrior, to put balance. Once you invoke the devil in your life, there is no heaven for you. So when I sit back and I say what I say it out of love. It wasn't towards disrespect for the sister. You gotta take accountability in a community. And the reality of it is, Duck is everything that he was raised to be. He was shaped and molded in hell, so he became a demon at 12. And then when she unleashed him outside, how she said, everybody feared him. They feared my son. Then he comes out with a song, invoking death and making fun of the dead, right? Disrespecting T-Roy. He put that song out. And even though I heard videos where he talked about trying to come together, it was too late. He lit the wick on the dynamite. And all these people that's acting like they love Duck now should have stopped that shit before it got that far. And I don't even understand the hate that I'm getting when the dude that killed Duck, Mo-Wop, was still out in Chicago up until now with a pair of sneakers on with a duck on it, disrespecting the dead. I speak out against all of this. No disrespect to the system. But at the end of the day, until black parents are held accountable for the way we neglect our kids, mistreat our kids, you gonna tell me that I'm being disrespectful when I had to actually listen to a sister say that after having 10 kids, 5 of those kids was subtracted by this earth, and I can't tell a sister she gotta be accountable for this? On top of the fact that, no disrespect to the sister, but I don't see King Von Mother all over the internet the way she is. It is embarrassing. I don't see her disrespecting Mo-Wop. She said she forgave him, but made fun of me being molested because I said she needs to take accountability for what her son went through on the street. Please explain that to me. How did I become the enemy when I actually got love for Duck? I mean, no disrespect to that sister. She gotta look herself in the mirror and take herself back to the age of 12 when that boy said he became a demon, and then ask how he get to that mentality. When Ducks is going across the street and Swans is going across the street and they see danger, they move to the other side. When you know there's danger in the hood for your children, you move them out of there. We don't leave them in that.
Hassan, let me ask you a question though, bro. We all know that within our communities, right, it's a lot that goes on that handicaps us as a people. You know, you probably a better person today after seeing what your parents, man, where they might have fell short at, right? So she admits that, you know, she was a drug addict. My father was a drug addict. It's a lot of things I wish I could have did if I had a father around, but I didn't. You know, we all got our shortcomings, right? My question to you is this, right? And you don't mind me asking because you open up the door to it, right? And because I really don't know your story. I know bits and pieces, but I never looked into it, right? When you was violated, was you an adolescent? Was you a teenager? How old was you? You don't mind me asking?
I was 12 years old, and I came from a home, mind you, Africa Bambaataa wasn't the first person to molest me. I was being molested damn near when I was 4 or 5 years old by multiple people.
Okay, now let me ask you a question, right? Listen, so where was your parents at when this was going on?
My father was a junkie, and my mother, my mother needs to take accountability. May she rest in peace. She needs to take accountability for the things that she allowed me to go through.
Okay, so listen, Hassan, listen. So I say that to say this, right? Then, you know, the same things that her son may have fell short of because she wasn't there as a parent, right? It's true to say that you fell short of because your parents, they wasn't there to do what they were supposed to do, right? Now, I understand your anger now because in your mind, you are Duck and Duck is you. I get it. Right? Because you feel like, yo, as a kid, my parents wasn't there, they fell short, and these things happened to me. So you pretty much saying, you as a parent, you wasn't there for your child, so it's no need to act like you don't know what's going on and what happened to your child, right? But, you point a finger, 3 more coming back at you. So I understand your frustrations because it's a little touchy for you. Because you're seeing it different. You seeing your story just written in a different way. Am I kind of right?
Oh, you absolutely.
All right. So what I'm saying is, now that we understand that, right, and we know that, right, I think personally we should go ahead on and put closure, because there's no telling what else she got to deal with, right, with whoever else. But when it comes to you as an individual, I think as a man, and understanding that she still mentally got to go through what she got to go through, I think, nephew, maybe you should go ahead on and put closure to the conversation, because you didn't touch every point that you've been right to touch. And now we understand why you touched it, to where she don't, maybe you could be one less individual she got to worry about mentally dealing with it while she deals with her mourning the loss of her child. Because even no matter what the fuck she did or he did, it's still a loss of her child. You understand what I'm saying? Period. And you did, as a blogger, doing your shit on YouTube, I'm not pointing the finger at you did nothing wrong, but I will say it's no need to keep dragging the situation. Just my personal opinion. So she on the floor. I don't know what approach you want to take with that. The piece you just said, you said nothing wrong, and I'm gonna go ahead on and mute up and let you go in whatever direction you feel you want to go with.
Quick, hold on. Before you do that, I want to reset the room real quick before she get into it. If you're new to the room, welcome to Dummy Boy Nation, official 6ix9ine #1 fan page. Follow all the moderators. We have Wack 100 in the building, Hassan Campbell, and FBG Duck Mother. Right now, if you was in the room yesterday, Hassan had addressed the situation about FBG Duck Mother, so now they're in the room trying to come to a conclusion of what's going on. If you're not a member, please follow the club room right now. We will be raising hands now, so let's get to the discussion.
Hey sister, I'm here.
Still with us? Because her phone was, she said her phone was died.
I'm her sister.
How you doing, sis?
How y'all doing? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I don't know if he was here.
Yes, ma'am.
But your sister kind of spoke her piece, and she came clean about some of the things that she did that she knows she shouldn't have did. And the young man came in here that she been doing kind of the back and forth with. Well, she was just, he got a job to do as far as blogging and YouTube, and that's who you just heard speaking. And nobody's here to attack her, because we understand that y'all mourning and y'all got to put him to rest, right? I was just hoping
to speak for my family and myself.
Yeah, I was just hoping to put some closure to it when it came to him and her, as far as what's going on. That's what you've been with.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So I don't know if you want to step in her place.
I guess that's it on that. So, he had some strong opinion of points. She's admitted to some things. She's admitted how, saying the types of mistakes that she made on, on the situation, which I think the brother should, respect. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, this brother, he has done so much. He has so much, far as hate, from a lot of the YouTube community, for his direct opinions. But I do, I do know how this brother feels, because, there have been, that's like, when I was a kid growing up, I had, my mother always was around, but my father wasn't. So, it was a big impact on me in my life. You know what I'm saying? And, a lot of y'all probably wouldn't understand that, because a lot of y'all probably had both your mother and your father. But my father wasn't around a lot. And I always had wanted both my parents in my lives from the time I was a baby until now. But, it didn't turn out that way. So far as accountability is concerned, I hold my father accountable for, a lot of things and a lot of situations I think he should have been a part of my growing up, but he was not. So it is what it is. But I do feel where he coming from, because, you know, he's had the same particular situation happen to him as a child as this young man, Mr. Duck. So, you know, still remains the fact that he should still show respect. You know, she's still a mother. And this brother said what he said. Hopefully he can leave it at that. You know, so we're gonna get to the next audio play right quick, y'all. And we'll come. I'll come back. Here we go. Can't play that music, y'all. I don't want to get a copyright.
Brooklyn and the Bronx has the most. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. Because it has. But listen to what I'm saying.
This is part 2, man, on the conversation, y'all, between Hassan Campbell and Mama Duck.
Saying, because the reality, you asked me a question. Let me answer that. Disrespecting the dead was birthed in Chicago. You have Chicago gangs now based in Brooklyn and in the Bronx, right? All I see through my city now, New York. Listen,
Chicago invade New York.
Listen. I thought we came here to communicate, not to argue. You got 2 ears, 1 mouth. You ask me a question, but you won't listen to my answer. You see what I'm saying? We can't solve a problem if there's no communication. You see what I'm saying? And the bottom line to it is, Chicago, you know, locking dudes up, okay, cool. They're going to go to jail, but they birthing new criminals. As soon as those ones get locked up, there's some new ones being created the same exact day. So the problem is, one of the main problems, or rather the solution to the problem is that Chicago has this code of the street where you can't talk about Chicago. I'm not with that. New York has this code of the street where you can't talk about the ignorance that happened because it's gossip. But you can sit up there and kill, you can disrespect the dead, you can shoot up funerals. I mean, for me, enough is enough. Enough is enough. Because it's too many candles being burnt in front of too many buildings and not enough people saying nothing. I don't just want to see dudes get locked up. I want to see the birth of the death of this nation stop. I want to see the black community is on life support. The black community is on life support, and not enough people is doing enough. The reality of it is, everything starts at home. The killers are being birthed and sent out in the streets from black homes. The black mother, in some cases, is the worst thing that happened to black children. The reality of it is, if you gave Nat Turner 1,000 guns from the CIA, he's going to turn it on the slave master. But if you give a bunch of real niggas from Chicago some guns, they going to turn it on each other. But I'm a gossiping, or whatever they want to call me, because I'm opening up people's eyes to this ignorance.
All right, son, listen to me respectfully, right? The problem in Chicago, it didn't start with Duck. It ain't going to end with Duck. And I know I got a lot of ties with people like JoJo Capone and people that really been in that jungle. That's also the home base of the Nation of Islam, the Fruit of Islam, right? So when it comes to a lot of conversation about Chicago, because some of those people are not on this platform that I know if they was here that really have something to say, what I will tell you is, let Chicago regulate Chicago. I hear what you're saying, but you got fish to fry in New York. And because them people ain't here, and I got a lot of respect for these people, right? Because they just like us, right? I don't want you to bark at her on Chicago politics. I believe she know what's going on out there. And again, it didn't start with Duck, it didn't end with Duck. So you getting a little too deep and a little political, like it lies on them, right? I think you spoke your piece. What I wanted you to do was kind of make the peace and not create more friction, and let's let the powers that be in Chicago, let them deal with Chicago respectfully, because that's their end, that's their jungle. And me or you ain't from there, so it's only so far, only so much we can say. You know what I'm saying? So, because if JoJo Capone was here, somebody else was here, they would be saying, homie, that's my jungle, this our people, let us deal with that. Because there's things going on in your jungle that's just like it's going on in our jungle. Put the energy over there and let them deal with that over there. And they dealing with it. It may not be as fast as we would like, but it ain't worse as it was, you know, and it may be still bad, but every jungle is different. It's going to take time. So I can't respectfully let you keep going in Chicago out of respect to my comrades over there. Let's kill what needs to happen over there. Just focus on you kind of making the peace, you know what I mean, with this young lady. If that's what you want to do, I can't tell you what to do. But on the Chicago tip, let's kind of get away from what needs to happen over there and kind of get back online with, you know, with the personal thing with you and them. Respectfully.
Here's the key, right? As far as with peace, I'm always extending peace. I have nothing but love for my people. But see, the thing about it is, like, I don't think you understand, Wack. When this audio hits the internet, right, and people listen, do you understand how many people reach out to me and tell me, yo, your words woke me up? Silence is approval.
Oh no, I understand.
Silence is approval. And when people hear me speak, it doesn't wake everybody up, but somebody wakes up. And if I could save one life, then that's all it takes. And people don't realize sometimes you don't have to be in the streets of Chicago. The same way you could drop an album and those words could infect somebody's ear and turn them into poison, you could also drop an album or drop some words over this internet and say things to make these young boys wake up and say, you know what, this ain't the route to take. Because these kids out there being birthed into a lifestyle that's being glorified, you have to let them know. The number one solution to the problem, everybody say, well, what's your solution? The solution is to make these young kids understand that everything that they was taught was backwards. And then they have to learn to hate this in their heart. And once these kids start to hate what they're being taught to hate by the parents, which is these wicked streets and this gang culture, then mothers like FBG Duck mother will never have to cry again. Right now, I pray for the other 5 children and the grandchildren that she has, because the reality of it is there's no guarantee that these wicked ass streets ain't gonna come for them next. There's no mercy.
You're right.
Tomorrow does not promise.
We have scholarships in our elementary school. We have scholarships in our local library. We have scholarships in our local high schools. That's 4 scholarships for deserving students to be standout and exceptionals and have victory over the arts and do great things in the city of Chicago, which so many of them do. Because out of all the kids, they all were graduates. You know, Duck the only one that didn't graduate from high school, and he became a multi-millionaire, and so over a quarter billion views as far as his craft. So we working in this city. We working, baby. We'll never let our kids just not feel safe on being able to go to the playground. We are true advocates in our community, and there's many of people that will speak for it when they don't have anything to do with this rap, baby. We talk about our big mama, advocates in the city. Do your research, please, and thank you.
So Hassan, what she's saying is being steps made, things that wasn't necessary there for her nieces and nephews that they putting in place now. You know, everything got a process, right? So, you know, I hear it in her voice. Me personally, I'm feeling some kind of way because I hear it in her voice, and I don't want this sister to feel like she under attack. The fact that they came to this platform, to this room, and had the conversation, the fact that you, Hassan, pulled up and manned enough to have the conversation, because you know this shit could have went anywhere as a negative or a positive light. I commend you on that. But I know it's a few powers to be in Chicago. Maybe, Hassan, we can put you with them, and then you can let them know that, you know, your services or whatever it may be is available if they want to use them. But I don't think she's the one to direct the overall Chicago problem at. You know what I'm saying? She's the one to try to put closure to the duck back and forth that's been going on between your blog and their family is where I'm at with it.
Right. I don't want the sister to feel like, listen, when you come off compassionate, because that's what it's my passion to wake my people up. I don't want them sisters to feel like I'm attacking them or whatever the case. The video that's up on my platform, I put it up prior after I heard all the disrespect, so I don't plan on making any more videos. There is a video up, that I was basically talking about taking accountability, but I don't wish no harm or no malice towards the sister. I think she's been through enough. The only thing I say to us as a people, so when I address, because I know this audio is going to go out, when I address this situation, I'm addressing all of us as a people because we all have a job to do. Chicago, Chicago, it takes a village, and it takes voices. So I'm just trying to play my part, whether it be on this internet, whichever way I can, to bring awareness to all the things that's going on. But I don't want the sister to feel like this is just an attack on her, because everything that goes on in Chicago is not her fault. But at the same time, we have to understand as a people, we have to enter the nest, because we can march up and down these streets and we can come up with all types of programs outside, but until we cure the problem with inside these homes, between, like, there is not a program that's going to work in a building when the child is in a home with a dope fiend with a needle in its arm, raising itself, being molested. So we have to figure out how to stop the problems, which is one of the main things, is the drugs and the gang culture. Because once you make a song and you disrespect somebody's dead, there's no squashing that beef. So why is it that this music industry is allowing this music to come out with brothers and sisters smoking on Tuka or disrespecting the dead, but you can't say nothing about homosexuality? We have to realize that black people, black women and children are the most unprotected in this world, especially in America. They'll fight tooth and nail for homosexuality, for a man to be able to insert his penis into another man's butt, but they won't fight to protect the mother of the dead. I would never make a song disrespecting FBG Duck. Never. I would never even play it if it was played. I stand firmly against that. And see, until Chicago start dealing with that murder music, because I like hardcore music, I like drill music, but I don't like any song or condone any song disrespecting the dead. And until brothers and sisters come together and pull that shit off of these platforms, the killing is going to keep on, because the reality of it is there's somebody right now that's feeling some type of way about Tuka, about Duck, about King Vaughn. The cycle is going to continue if the music continues. You can expect somebody that died
right there. That should wake you up to something right there. We don't control no damn music. We just artists and shit.
But if we bring enough awareness and we pull enough power, the same way they pull R. Kelly's own.
We're working on our end.
Well, you know what, Hassan, you in New York, right?
Yes.
Chicago legend. As far as my nephew platform, I'm speaking on it multiple times, from interviews, with V-Lab, from his personal drill music that you so feel threatened by, that what is acceptable and what's asked for as far as the industry. So he spoke on it several times. I don't care which side you on. You know what I'm saying? If you don't feel this, you on some bitch shit. Come on now. That's just an artist. But he definitely spoke on how he felt about, circumstances, about his city. He always wanted peace for Chicago. He always wanted for the kids to be able to play like he grew up playing. He always wanted to be able to go and shop for somewhere from, if you know the city, if you do your research and you know everybody poor, you know how we make it to survive. So we got too many cases on stealing in the Gold Coast. I mean, just if you want some real truth here, we breaking that curse. That's a dream come true, to be able to shop in the Gold Coast for your children, to be able to escape with all integrity and no fraudulence attached to it. Come on now, that's much respect, baby. That's much respect.
I saw maybe you need to reach. This. Maybe you should reach, right? Because you in New York, and that's the powerhouse of music. A lot of the builds and labels is in New York. Maybe that's another movement you should start right?
You want to do something.
Radio and what labels is allowing to be processed and put out. You know what I'm saying? Just like you said, you know, the gay community, they stand up when people, you know, say things that's derogatory towards them. They get shit pulled down and shit like that. Bro, maybe that's a movement you might want to start on your end and you know, see where it goes.
And that's from speaking on our end. We got relatives who is a part of the community that has the gays. You know, and we love our people as if they don't have no gender. So don't do that. People love. Our love is just so big. We feed and we eating. You know, we making sure everybody good and straight in our circle. Ain't nobody just trying to leave nobody in no corner hungry. That's why everybody love us. Because we gonna make sure we treat you as if we treat ourselves, baby. You don't even know. This is a community that's been here for generations. You know, like you say, everybody know each other in Chicago. These mama, we the moms. I'm speaking on the moms of FBG Duck now, and then what about our moms, and then our moms, and then our church community, and the love that we have for Christ. You just don't know. No, we are praying people. That's why I feel we favor.
Blessings.
You know, scripture, come on now, don't touch his anointed ones. Stop playing all God people is beast mode. Don't comfort them. Want some word? If you want to know the word. Or if you want to know the word that's in us, the scripture, we live by that. We God's children. And that person can take it how they want to.
You guys, I want to reset the room really quick, if that's okay. If you're new to the room, welcome to Dummy Boy Nation. Follow all the moderators on stage. We have Wack 100, we have Hassan Campbell, we have FBG Duck Mother, and also the sister. And we're having a great conversation. We will be turning on hand raising later on after the discussion is over. So if you want to jump on stage, you have to follow the room.
All right, y'all. So as y'all can see, as y'all heard, Mr. Hassan Campbell has pretty much made his statement, you know, talking about, you know, how he feels, you know, about this woman and about how FBG lost his life and all that stuff like that, and pretty much made his political statement on far as, you know, the community should come together to stop, you know, what they're putting, you know, what Chicago, what the city is allowing to be put out. So, and like, you know, I feel this, brother. I do. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, we still have to, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, be responsible, y'all. Still have to be loving parents, caring parents, and actually take care of our business, man. You know what I'm saying? But I was gonna look into this video, but we're not gonna do all that. We're gonna go ahead and I mean, because these are other videos that are pretty much that are about the same case. If y'all want to see this video, you know what I'm saying, y'all more than welcome to go to allhiphop.com and you know what I'm saying, and pull up pretty much FBG Ducks, FBG Ducks murder, or you know, Mama Duck, or whatever, you know, however you want to put the keyword in the queue. So if y'all want to see the rest of these videos here. But I was pretty much just on that specifically, so I wasn't on all the rest of this shit. So anyway, let me go ahead and come on back to y'all for a second. What a heck of a discussion. Let me go ahead and take this down. So let me go ahead and say this. The brother is right about how our communities should come together to try to stop the inferiority, the you know, exposure of all of the, you know what I'm saying, of the incorrectness, you know what I'm saying, that we allow our children to be exposed to in the communities. We as a community should stand tall and try to make a change in the community on what we allow our, you know, city or our state or our community what we allow them to put out. You know, because protecting our children and protecting ourselves and our children's mentality is the most important thing in the world for a parent. Because like, we can't protect them for everything, but we can show them we'll try, and I guarantee you getting together with your community will be the best option. You know what I mean? Starting a united brand of people coming together to fight against what our children are exposed to change the narrative on how the fate and future of our children are decided. And I do agree. I disagree with the disrespect, and I disagree with the passionate slander, but I do agree with what he's saying as far as the community, you know what I'm saying, individually and politically, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's just on that. But she still shouldn't be held accountable for her children's death. You know, she admitted to some things that she made a mistake about, which is honestly, you know what I'm saying, accepted. But, you know, I think even what she said about how she didn't know that her child was dead for 4 hours because she was at a hotel room, cracked out or drugged out, I think she should be held accountable for that. Now, that's just irresponsibility. But as a mother and as a drug addict, you know, who's to say, you know what I'm saying, that she, you know what I'm saying, that she could have prevented it. I mean, I've seen what drugs do to people, man, and it tears people up mentally, man. It fucks people up, y'all. It really does, okay? All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and open up the phone line. And y'all call in, man. Call in so we can discuss this and let me know your opinion. Call in right now, y'all. If you'd like to let me know your opinion, call in. Holla at me, man. What's good? Call in, y'all. Now's the time to call in. Now is the time. I'll wait for a minute to see if anybody calls in. If not, then I'll continue on with the show and we'll get out of here. Dang on green screen. All right. Call in, y'all. Call in. All right, since nobody will call in, so this is what I'll say here, man. So yeah, man, in life, man, we have this, you know what I'm saying, we got a lot of decisions that we have to make as far as what we're influenced by, and as far as what, you know what I'm saying, what we encourage our children to do. Because the kids mimic the parents, the kids watch the parents are the first influences of their lives, okay? And it's really sad that we got so many parents out here that are irresponsible and that are not being responsible enough to protect their children and to keep them safe. And a lot of kids, a lot of underage children are losing their lives as we speak still to this day. It happens. You know what I'm saying? But I am glad that we do have a lot of parents that do take care of their responsibilities and respect their kids' safety and well-being. You know, they protect them like they should. You know what I'm saying? But I will not agree with that, with Mr. Hassan Campbell holding her accountable for their deaths. But I'm glad that he cleared that up in those conversations. I'm glad that he cleared that up, because if he wouldn't have, I mean, it would have been an all-out war on his ass. You know what I'm saying? You know, so if I said anything disrespectful to Mr. Hassan Campbell, I do apologize, brother. But hey, you know, at the end of the day, it is what it is. We you know, other people are passionate about what they do too, and people have a right to their own opinion, just like you did, just like you have. So, that was the show, man. If y'all like this video, man, please like, share, comment, and subscribe, man. I appreciate y'all coming out, man. Follow me on all my platforms right there above the screen. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all that good stuff, man. And I am going to get out of here, man, until the next one, man. I might do another live tonight. I'm not sure, but matter of fact, I'll come back on at 9 o'clock. I'll be doing another live, and I will be back on. So join me tonight at 9 p.m. for another live video. But this was a good live. I appreciate everybody coming out, man. And I'm out this motherfucker. For to play y'all out now. Here we go.